St. Patrick's Day, a moment of pride for the Irish Guards, a day of tradition, honor, and deep respect. But this year, something was different. This year, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, made a return that left the regiment and the world in awe. Her absence last year was notable, the first time she had ever missed the ceremony since becoming Colonel of the Irish Guards. Her illness had kept her away, but this year, she made sure to be there. And not just in attendance, she made sure her presence carried a message of resilience, commitment, and unwavering dedication to the regiment that has stood by her side. As the soldiers lined up in their immaculate uniforms, the anticipation was electric. They had missed her presence last year, and her return was more than just ceremonial, it was symbolic. And then she arrived. Graceful, composed, but with something deeper in her eyes. Something more than just royal duty. There was emotion, a quiet but powerful display of gratitude and respect for the soldiers who serve under her leadership. Dressed in a striking emerald green coat, Catherine was the embodiment of tradition, a color that symbolized Ireland, resilience, and renewal. But it wasn't just about the outfit. It was the way she carried herself, the way she looked at the soldiers with genuine emotion, a look that spoke volumes. It was a moment of connection, a silent acknowledgement of her absence and a reassurance that she was back, fully present and engaged. When she stepped forward to present the ceremonial shamrocks, a tradition dating back to 1901, the moment became even more poignant. This wasn't just about fulfilling a duty. This was personal. Every movement was deliberate, every gesture carrying weight. She knew what this moment meant, not just for her, but for the Irish Guards who had awaited her return. She moved with grace, but also with a rare vulnerability. A slight tremble in her voice, a brief pause as she handed over each sprig of shamrock, as if she was absorbing every second of being back with the regiment she deeply respects. There was no rush, no hurried movements, just a deep appreciation for the moment, for the soldiers who stood before her, for the legacy she was now an integral part of. For the Irish Guards, this was more than just a formal event. This was the return of a leader who had been absent but never forgotten, their colonel, their princess. And Catherine made sure they knew just how much they meant to her. The conversations she had with them, the way she held their gaze, the moments of quiet reflection, every detail spoke to the deep bond she shared with them. Her speech was short but heartfelt. No unnecessary flourishes, no empty platitudes, just gratitude, admiration, and a promise. A promise to continue standing by them, to honor their sacrifices, to remain steadfast in her role despite the challenges. She acknowledged their service, their dedication, and the history that binds them together. And in doing so, she reaffirmed her place as their colonel, not just in title, but in spirit. The ceremony reached its most touching moment when she paused before one particular soldier. A moment of eye contact, a few words exchanged that weren't caught by cameras, but the emotions were unmistakable. A nod, a grateful smile from the soldier, and then Catherine gently touched his arm before moving on. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't rehearsed. It was raw, real, and powerful. The bond between Catherine and the Irish Guards has always been strong, but this year it was different. There was a new depth to it, a sense of understanding that went beyond duty. She had faced challenges. They had faced challenges, and in that moment, there was mutual respect, unspoken but deeply felt. It was a connection built not just on tradition, but on shared experiences and unwavering loyalty. As the ceremony concluded, there was no rush to leave. Catherine stayed, engaging with the soldiers, listening to their stories, making each one feel seen. It wasn't just an appearance, it was a homecoming. A moment of reassurance that, despite her absence last year, her commitment had never wavered. The impact of her return rippled beyond the barracks. It was a statement, a silent but powerful declaration that no matter what, she remains dedicated, that no illness, no personal struggle would diminish her role, her commitment, or her gratitude. Her presence sent a message not just to the Irish Guards but to the world, that she is here to stay, that her role as colonel is not just symbolic, but deeply personal. Royal watchers and the media quickly picked up on the significance of the Iya moment. Analysts dissected her every move, her every expression. And while some may have expected a mere formality, what unfolded was something far more meaningful. Catherine had turned a routine ceremony into a deeply personal and emotional event, one that would be remembered for years to come. And then came the unexpected. A private moment away from the cameras, where she met with the families of the soldiers. A quiet conversation, a few shared smiles, a moment of genuine connection. She wasn't just there for the troops, she was there for their families, for the people who stand behind them, offering support and strength from afar. Her presence at the event also marked a reaffirmation of her growing role within the royal family. With King Charles stepping back from some of his duties and Prince William focusing on broader responsibilities, Catherine's position as a key figure in the monarchy is more important than ever. The way she handled herself during the ceremony, with poise and deep personal connection, only reinforced her importance. Beyond the military significance, her return was a moment of public reassurance. The British public has always looked to Catherine as a symbol of stability, grace, and dedication. Her absence last year, while necessary, had been felt. Seeing her back in her element, engaging with the Irish Guards as if no time had passed, was a reminder of her unwavering strength. And then there was the public reaction. Social media exploded with praise. Military families expressed gratitude for her presence. Even critics acknowledged the depth of her commitment. The images of her smiling warmly at the soldiers, standing tall despite personal challenges, sent a powerful message. Catherine is not just fulfilling a role, she is living. Yet as she departed, there was a lingering energy in the air. The soldiers stood a little taller. The pride was a little stronger. Because this wasn't just about tradition. This was about loyalty, about resilience, about a princess who made sure her absence last year wasn't just noticed, but made up, for in the most heartfelt way possible. And what happened next? Well, let's just say, the world wasn't done talking about it.